Welcome yogis to today's session, and today we're going to get into some of those areas that for most of all us, they're very commonly stiff, and that could be generally hamstrings for lots of people. That could be doing lots of running, football, sports, lots of even walking, hiking, very tight hamstrings. And it could also be doing a lot of sports when you're younger that you don't realize that you're so stiff until you get a bit older and you start practicing yoga, and that yoga practice reveals, oh, hang on a minute, I'm quite stiff. This is what happens when you come to the yoga studio and you start practicing asana practice. You realize lots of things about yourself. Not just that you're stiff in the body, but that you're actually stiff in the mind and that you're holding on to a lot of things. Hello, just like we're holding on here. Stiff up here, stiff down here. The two go together. So we're going to start sitting, and I always recommend, if you're going to buy any yoga props, get yourself a brick. You can sit on it, you can support standing positions. It's a fantastic thing. It's very easy, you can get them on lots and lots of different websites, and it's great for sitting on. Sitting up. You see these pictures of these old yogis? What are they doing? Sitting. Perfect your sitting position. Elbows back. So the elbows are not cupped over the knees. You look at my shoulders, they're back. And they help to roll the shoulders back and down. And the pelvis, we're not tilting the pelvis so we're sitting slightly forward. If anything, we're sitting right up on those sit bones so that there's no compression in the lower back. The head is back so that the back of the neck is long, and the hands are just resting. And let's just take a moment here to notice not just how you're sitting from a physical point of view, but notice how you're sitting from a breathing point of view first, how you're able to breathe. Are you breathing just up here? Just notice it. Or are you breathing a little bit lower down here? Or are you able to take a full breath that it has a sense that it fills up all three parts of the lungs, and when you exhale, it releases all the not needed products out. So see your inhale as an activation, and see the exhale as a release. Once more, an activation, and then a release. Noticing that for yourself. Each activation, see that inhale as a bright light. As you breathe in, the nose is in the head, and the head lights up from the inside out. The brain is being lit up. And then that light travels around your body, and this happens in this inhale, lighting up all the cells. And on the exhale, the release of any toxins, and not just the obvious stuff, but the unobvious stuff. Stress, worries, concerns, things that maybe happened yesterday or the day before. Let's not drag them into today. Let's get rid of them. Inhaling fully, exhaling fully. Let's do that together. Inhaling fully, exhaling fully. Inhaling fully, exhaling fully. One more, inhaling fully, and a nice extended exhale. Extend the arms out in front, make a little cup with the hands, and bring that around the back of the head. Take an inhale, and with the exhale, the elbows are moving towards each other and the chin is in towards the chest. Let's take 3 breaths here. One, inhale. 2, inhale. 3, and 4. We're going to release those arms out nice and wide. Flick the fingers. Give the fingers some activation. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. And then stop. We're going to pivot around to the left, and the right hand's going to cup over the left knee. Maybe that left knee's a little bit further away. Good. Twist. So the brick is giving you a little bit of elevation so that you're not sinking into that twist. You're lifting the torso up. Imagine I was doing that and over. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 1. Don't bother about looking behind you with the head. Just let the head follow the line of the chest. 2. Inhale fully, exhale 3. In the next inhale, we're going to pivot around through the center and go to the other side. Left hand over right knee again. Inhaling, sitting up. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, that sit, that lift up out of the waist, because it's around here. This is the area that we want to twist. 2. Exhale 3, and then pivoting around to the center again, bringing the hands down to the floor, rolling over the knees and coming to tabletop and putting the brick at the top of the mat where you can get to it easily if you need to. Tabletop, extending the right leg back and just stretching through the heel, and then doing the same with the left, stretching through the heel. Go back to the right again, because sometimes when you're sitting in that seated position, it can get quite tight at the back of the knees. Lift the foot up, push through the heel, stretch, and then bend the knee, and we're going to circle that hip there. Again, this is an area where we're feeling quite stiff. And go the other way. Try not to collapse into the left hand. Try to keep the shoulders level so you're looking down. And then tap the outside of the elbow if you can. Extend it back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The right leg stays back. Foot goes to the floor. You rotate around on the left knee, and you're in supported side plank. Looking up. 2, 3, 4, and then rotating around to tabletop. Give that a nice little shake off. And then begin cat and cow. And if you're new to yoga, really flow slowly. Actually, everyone flows slowly, whether you've been doing this. Some of us, maybe some of you, you've done cat and cow hundreds of times. But today, we're slowing it down because we want to feel how we're able to move. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Back to tabletop. Stretch the left leg back. So I'm going to turn around to show you. Stretch the left leg back. Lift the foot off. Bend the knee. And then we're going to circle that hip. You might find one direction's quite easy. Go the other way. That's it, getting into those hips. Whoa. And then the leg goes back like an arrow, and then it taps the outside of the left. Inhale, exhale. We're just exploring our flexibility, and perhaps this is already a lot, and the knee doesn't get anywhere near the elbow. It will with practice. Stretch the leg back, rotate around on the right knee, and your extended side plank on the other side. Lifting up, just a nice gentle stretch. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to circle back around and come into cat and cow. Chin in tight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck the toes under. Lift the knees off and sit back on the heels, but look forward at the hands. And then straighten the legs, point the tail up towards the ceiling, and then exhale the heels down. Now, if those heels don't get down to the mat like that, just walk the feet one step forward. What you're trying to do is get the weight back into the legs so that you can feel that stretching the back of the legs there, as opposed to doing this where you're leaning into your wrists. Stretch it back, glue those hands down, do not move the hands, and walk the feet towards the hands. Now you want to move the hands, but you can't because they're super glued down. Move them in. Bring the toes all the way up behind the wrists, and then your knees are probably bent, most people's are, and then try to straighten the legs. And then roll up. Circle the arms around as you come up. And then float the hands down. Now what we just did there was a really juicy stretch in the back of the hamstrings, because you want to tilt that tail up. And then we're going to, from here, we're going to step the right foot forward, but I'm going to do it front on so that you can see that my hips, I want to keep the hips level. Step the right foot forward, hold the hips in position, but that bit, look where my fingers are. Roll the shoulders out the way and point the elbows back. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, you're pressing down on the back heel and the front mount of the foot, and this leg is active, this muscle's lifting up so that I can go forward without going over to the side like this. Yeah? And you're only going as far forward as you can maintain these hips level. For some people, that could be here. The elbows are still pointing back, because if I show you from the side, the elbows are pointing back and you're lengthening in and you're lifting up that big thigh muscle and you're going forward. 2, 3, 4, and on 5 are coming up, but you've got the focus on the feet. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, step the feet together. Other side, left foot forward, holding onto the hips. Roll the shoulders back, point the elbows back, hold the hips in position. Inhale and exhale, lengthen forward. So the trajectory is that way, not that way. Forward you go. Long, long, long. Lifting up those big thigh muscles so that you're going almost like up, so that you're stretching the back of the hamstring, and then you're going forward. That's it. Nice and juicy there. And then inhaling up. Exhaling, step to the front of the mat. Give that a little shake off. Keeping it nice and fluid, giving it a little shake off. That's it. This is the best bit, isn't it? Especially when you're at home and there's no one, you're not in the studio and thinking, oh God, I feel. Top of the mat, back to focus. Full exhale. On the inhale, depending on how much space you have, the arms could go out wide or they could go in front. Inhale there, exhale, folding down. Inhaling, extending, exhale, fold. Inhale, right, left. Exhale, knees, tails up, chin. This is your chin, not this. In between the hands. Slide the legs back. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bum to heels, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3, and on 4 you step the right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left next to right into extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Again, where your arms are depends on your space. Exhale, back down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left, right. Exhale, knees, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bum to heels. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Breathing there. And again, get those heels down. Straighten the legs. Lift up the thigh muscles. 2, 3, and on 4, left forward, right knee down. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step into extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Twice more, we're going to pick up the pace. Exhale, back down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right, left. Exhale, knees, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bum to heels, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale, 1, 2, 3, right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left, right. Exhale, knees, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, bum to heels, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Breathing there. 1. Inhale, breathing around the side of the body. 2, 3, step the left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Exhale through heart center. Notice the different quality in the breath now as you stand at Tadasana at the top of the mat. 2, 3, and then we're just going to lift that right foot off and lift the right knee nice and high. Hands back on those hips. Let's circle that. And the other way. Keep your focus as you take the foot to the inner thigh, big toe pointing down. Inhale. Maybe you can lift the arms up, maybe you can't. 1, lift up out of here. 2, 3, and on 4, let's float the hands down, float the legs down, and inhale lifts the left one up. Let's circle. Flowing with breath and movement. That's the way. Don't worry if you're wobbling around. Whoa! As soon as I say that, I start wobbling. So the foot is either inner thigh, where the hips are open, or to the calf, where the hips are still open. This is better practice than all that wobbling around kind of stuff. It's to be here. Or even at the ankle. 2, lifting up. 3, 4, flowing down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, step the right foot back. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, straighten. We're going to add the arms. Inhale, exhale. You can bring it, make it a little bit deeper by drawing the elbows back and looking up, and you're in that crescent lunge. Exhale. Again, stretching the back of the leg by straightening and powering back through the right heel. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, and on the exhale, we're going all the way down. We're bringing the hands together at heart center. Taking an inhale there, and on the exhale, twist. Elbow outside knee, rotate. 1, 2, and if you want to, and you've got a little bit more space there, you can slide that right arm down the outside of the knee and look up and deepen that twist. Or you can even power back the right leg. Or even, on a third option, is to come into that bind. 3, 4, untwist. We're going to frame that left foot, step back to plank. You can bring the knees down or you can go through a vinyasa, nice and slow on the exhale. Nice and open on the inhale. Oh, lifting up on the exhale. 3 breaths there. 1. Again, that breathing around the side of the body. 2, 3, and this time we're going to make a nice little jump to the front of the mat into chair pose. So chair pose, again, it's that lift with the torso so that you're just not kind of in this position. You're better off in this position. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, you step the left foot back. Inhale, we're on the other side. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And again, really going for it by drawing the elbows back and looking up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then this last one, we're going all the way down, bringing the thumbs together at heart center. Taking an inhale and exhale, rotate. Elbow outside knee, nice deep twist. Breathing there. Twisting deep. And perhaps again, sliding the hand down to the floor. Yeah. Or maybe you're just staying here, but you can tuck the toe under, tuck the foot under. Powering back. Whoa. Talking and yogaing. Powering back through the left heel. Take an inhale there, untwist. Frame that front foot. Let's do this vinyasa together. Stepping back through plank. You're into plank. You bend the elbows nice and slow. You don't need to go that low. And then you roll over the toes to upward facing dog. Then you roll back to downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths there. 1, 2, and on 3 we can either jump into Malasana squat or you can walk there. Nice long back, looking forward, extending the arms out, and then sitting down to Navasana. Extend the right leg, extend the left. That's it, use the hands, use the fingers, or let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to lower down. Of course we are. 1, 2, 3, looking at the ceiling. 4, 5, floating. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, coming to sit at the top of the mat. Coming around, I'm coming around to face you so we can see what we're doing. Going to extend the legs out. Going to step the right foot in and the left elbow around the right knee to twist again that torso. Taking an inhale and an exhale twist. How's that twist now compared to that one when we first started? A little bit more space, hopefully a little bit more ease. Take one more inhale and one more rotation on the exhale. Inhale back through center. Let's do a nice dynamic switch to the other side. So it's opposite arm to knee, rotate. Taking that inhale, you can see that I'm sitting up nice and straight, and I'm not either slouching into it or leaning into it. I'm sitting up nice and straight, and I'm rotating. 2, 3, 4, and on 5, I'm unrotating back to center, extending one leg out next to the other, and then coming to lie down. Oh, this is a good bit. Legs up, arms up. Let's give that a nice shake there. So shaking the legs and shaking the arms, shaking the wrists and feeling nice and free. Oh. and just letting those arms, you can straighten the legs if you like. You can bring the arms down now. And resting there in your inversion, where the feet are above the head. Bring the feet together, bend the knees. Let's take a nice little squeeze in there, and then release the left hand to the floor and bring the knees to the right. And you can look to the left. Breathe in there, let's breathe there again. Nice deep breath into the left side. 1. Inhale fully, exhale fully. 2. Inhale fully, exhale fully. 3. And on 4, we're going to bring those knees back through the center, and the left hand's just going to guide them over to the left side, knocking the wall. This is a thing when you're at home, but it's okay. So it happens in studios as well, bashing around. Inhale and exhale. 3. And on 4, you're back to center. Let's straighten the legs in the middle. We're going to lower them down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling fully. Exhale fully. Inhale fully. Exhale fully. One more inhale. One more exhale. You can stay there and enjoy a nice long Shavasana, press pause, or you can roll over to one side with me and come up to sit. Let's get our brick back, come together on the sitting position, back to where we started. Just take a moment to check in. Do lift it up. You're ready for whatever is for you when you step off that mat, because everything will unravel in divine order. This is the way. You are prepared for it, for whatever comes your way. And this is what yoga asana practice and the relevance it has for us in modern day. This is why yoga, the ancient practice of yoga, is still relevant in 2025, because it prepares us. It sets us up so that we can have the best day that is possible. Yes, yogis, you're all set up for it. Carry on. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, a wonderful afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you do. Hit the subscribe and the notification button and don't miss your next class. Carry on.